So what is common among all these 5 bugs in AI system, those we encounter in production environment? One common thing is that the demo application is different than the AI system deployed into the productions. Why this is? Because we have not validated all these scenarios, how the API gets called, how the user context gets polluted during the time, and what are different kind of user queries he has to put as the conversation gets older. All these environment, those are very happy primary path. We have designed our dev environment or the stage environment, and we have validated our applications without noticing how the real world users they can use our applications, the real scenarios. So come up and gather those kind of data, some kind of user feedback, human in the loop, and taking some sampling of the how the user is using these applications. Then gradually, first prepare the sample test evaluation dataset based on some kind of our previous experience. So that's why we prefer that some person who is having experience into this specific area, dataset validation process, dataset preparations, the complete AI system validation process, hire those resources, and based upon their experience they will come up with some kind of benchmark evaluation process or the benchmark evaluation dataset. And then once we start evaluating, and as soon as the application is getting older into the production system, get the data. It's a continuous evaluation process. Improve your evaluation dataset, improve your continuous monitoring, improve the kind of this kind of API failure, how it happens, how to incorporate those, how to address those, and then gradually it will be slowly it is moving. So that's why we see like that. Generally we get for a specific user, what from ChatGPT if you are using, it is like that, it gets that option 1 and option 2. So which one is user preferring? So that is also they take as a feedback, and that they incorporate in their continuous improvement process. So next time when you are going to deploy your AI system into the production, ask these questions. Okay, so how the context is getting older, as long as the context is getting older, how this is getting polluted, how this is getting poisoning with additional unused context. Is the context is getting maintained throughout the conversation history of the same session? How the different kind of user queries the users are putting, and they are deviating from the one context, from factual to the hypothetical, from the joke and some kind of question, some kind of doubt, some kind of different kind of emotions, different kind of thoughts in their mind, some kind of clarifications, right? And the simple is that how these API calls, where they break, even though they don't show up that like that, no, nothing is breaking, or they all get 200 okay response, but is the JSON structure correct? Has they all the input information received from the after the API call, is it going to the subsequent correct information, going to the subsequent LLM or the agent? Those that continuous verifications through the debugging process, evaluations, those you can mention that. And also this kind of latency, how the latency, because questions get varies. It's from complex queries are there, simplest queries, simple queries are there. For complex queries, if a person is using a single window, think about the ChatGPT, single conversation window and session I am using, and I started the user interactions with a ChatGPT interaction with a very simple question in my mind. But as the conversation gets matured, so lot of things I am getting clarified by the ChatGPT, and also lot of conceptual questions is coming to my mind. So in that case, turn-wise, my questions is becoming more complex, and the system is taking time to respond that one. So you always think like that. You don't mix this specific user query session, whether it is taking more than the longer duration as compared to the other sessions, which is just getting finished within 2 to 3 seconds. So have separate them, and then see that what is the P99, the longest duration, how long is it to give the user response, to generate the user response. and this it is like that eval production mismatch. LLM, when we are using LLM as judge, it is like, it's a very good practice that there are a lot of things like deep eval and confident AI, this ARIES, they have come up with LLM as judge Langsmith, LLM as judge principles. But when you actually same sequence, right, same data set, even during this PyTest staging environment also, when we put the same data set, what it happens, the same test case generate different kind of score for a single evaluation matrix. Each time that the score comes differently, it's not consistent. So in that case, we have to guide, we have to tell very strictly the LLM which we are using as judge, what the guidelines it has to follow to perform the evaluation and come up with a score. So we can use any LLM as judge in our complete pipeline, or we can use this deep eval confident AI, that is also there. But in that case, it is using in deep eval, it has its own LLM, and to some extent we can control the prompt, but to some extent it is not. But if we are using another LLM and completely we have customized that complete system LLM as judge, then we can control that through some kind of prompt. No, just you have to follow these steps, and there also we can make the complete flow in a more deterministic way by including some kind of knowledge graph. So check all these check before deployment into the production. Prepare a checklist with all these 5 or 6 kinds of queries, and then evaluate each one how it is coming. Once you are getting any satisfactory score for all these checklists, then you are ready to deploy into the production. So here I would like to say I would like to know from you that what specific kind of challenges do you face while deploying your AI system into the production. Please let me know. Anything else also, please let me know. I'll have more detailed analysis about that, and I'll come up with the respective tutorials and video to you. So thank you.